This fiery spirit made from grapes is at the heart of a burning binational dispute. It's called Pisco, and both Peru and Chile claim it as their national drink. Both varieties are made from grapes, but there, argue the experts, the similarities end. Peru has the most historic claim to the grape brandy distillation. The Spanish brought the first grapes from Europe when they made Peru the center of their empire in South America nearly 500 years ago. Along the length of its arid Pacific coastline, you can still find relics of its production from a bygone era. Ica region, some 200 kilometers south of the Peruvian capital, is Pisco's heartland. Today, in one of the driest areas of this coastal region, Sebastian Bravo continues the tradition.
Being so dry doesn't allow us to produce many grapes. I mean, this is a not very productive area. But at the same time, being short of grapes gives us very high quality fruit. In general, when a vine is not producing very many grapes, in general, concentration of aromas and flavor in the fruit is higher. So specifically Torontel, which is the one that we're harvesting right now, has adapted very, very well to this specific condition, to Ocucaje's condition. So I believe that the best Torontel that you can find in the whole Pisco region comes from this area.
The location is key, pressed between the tectonic plates of the Pacific Ocean and the Andes Mountains. Under the penetrating rays of the early morning sun, the workers gather grapes which have adapted and changed from those which the Spanish brought to make wine.
If you want to get to know Pisco, you really need to go deeper, as you do with wine, to understand something that is unique here, which is a spirit in which varieties have different expressions. Something that you never find. There's no variety spirits apart from this one.
So Pisco is the national drink of Peru, but
yes,
it's also the national drink of Chile.
I believe
which
so,
of the
yes.
two countries came up with Pisco first?
Peru, with no doubt, absolutely. We've been doing this for 400 years or more in this area. Pisco is a place in Peru, you know. This product has acquired the name Pisco in time because it was the main port where it was embarked, exported. So, I mean, the origin, there's no discussion about that. Chile has been producing their product for 80 years. And I believe that they saw it useful to just grab this name that had a story for marketing purposes.
Peruvian Pisco has designation of origin, the status awarded to a product which is intrinsically linked to the place where it's made, like champagne in France. The grape brandy, which became known as Pisco, comes from the area with a river, valley and town of the same name, and was shipped to ports along South America's Pacific coast, including Chile, where names were changed in order to get the coveted status, says copyright expert Aisheri Vázquez.
En el caso de Chile, bueno, que es conocido que para darle argumento al tema de su denominación de origen, tuvieron que verse obligados a renombrar a una ciudad que terminó llamándose Pisco Elqui, ¿no? Pero que originalmente hay datos también históricos, antecedentes, que demuestran que la zona se llamaba La Unión.
Pisco production has modernized since the days of grape presses, but squeezing 10 tons of grapes still takes time. Peru produced nearly 11 million litres of Pisco in 2017, and it officially exported around $8 million worth of the drink just the year before. Strangely, a third of that goes to Chile, which nationally consumes much more of its Pisco than Peruvians drink of their national product.
To make Pisco, you first have to make wine, and that's what's being done to these harvested grapes. The liquid's then stored in these plastic vats, and that is in turn distilled into Peru's trademark tipple.
The distillation takes months or even years. Sebastian Bravo explained to me how it's done.
The key to making good Pisco is working with a lot of care from the beginning. I mean, you need the best grapes possible, then you need to elaborate a very fine wine, and then you have a nice opportunity of achieving a good Pisco if you distill it properly. This is the still. It's originated from the still that's used to elaborate Armagnac, as a matter of fact.
Right.
And it's a big pot where you put the wine and you heat it, in this case with gas, and what you do is concentrate an extraction of vapors from the wine.
Should we go take a look?
Sure, let's go.
Well, Sebastian, you said it's a bit like a cooking pot, and we're on top of that cooking pot now. It's pretty hot up here.
It is.
This looks like a crucial part of the process.
Yes.
Tell me, what does this do?
So this is a still, okay? It's fully made out of copper. It's very important to be that way. And this is where we heat the wine we already obtained up to approximately 90 degrees Celsius. So then we collect its vapors, water and alcohol and a lot of other compounds that are in the wine, to finally run down this tube inside this large tub where they cool down, condense again, to finally drip on the other side of the system as Pisco.
And this is the final product. 8 varieties made from different grapes or combinations, grown in different terrain. A different presentation from most liquor, but then, arguably, Pisco isn't your standard spirit. Pisco used to be a drink that you would not want to take to a party. Then it became popular in cocktails like Pisco Sour. But few imagined that you could try so many varieties and savour its complexity at a tasting as if it were wine. The renaissance of this traditional but perhaps underrated Peruvian drink is sparking interest for those who know it well and for those for whom it's a novelty.
El pisco se ha ido descubriendo en el tiempo como lo que es, ¿no? Con las variedades que tiene. Antes era un producto que se consumía en familia, en las regiones, pero no ha habido un desarrollo.
It is a bit like a wine tasting. It's the first time I've been to a pisco tasting. I think I think there should be many, many more of them. It's incredible putting them next to one another so you can see the different. You can really see how much difference there is between, one liquor. You call it a pisco, but you could actually, and they do each have different names.
Discovering a plethora of earthy flavours and fruity aromas, most of these tasters found a drink with character. More than a mixer for cocktails, the best Peruvian Pisco is taken straight, no chaser.